Hi everybody, my name is Jessica and this is my channel Plant Hooker. And now I know it's been a while since I've made a video because my last 3 videos were of my hockey player rug hooking. It's just I've been extremely busy with fishing and crab, and it's just that time of year that I have time for nothing, which is normal. And I don't mind because the more I work, the more plants I get to buy. But today I'm going to be talking about my Echeverias. 2, 3. I think I broke a leaf. But yeah, my 3 Echeverias. If they don't want to get stuck in my hat. Now, Echeverias are another very popular plant that people have all around the world. And it seems like everybody's plant addiction starts with one of these little beauties. Now, I've owned many in my life. I've had, well, these are the 3 that I still have, of course. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 others that unfortunately passed away due to pest misting, because you're not supposed to mist these guys, and just overwatering, because it takes time to learn what these guys like. But this is a very large genus of flowering succulents from the Crasulaceae family. I'm extremely sorry if I'm butchering that. And these guys are native to semi-desert areas of Mexico, Central America, and South America as well. They were discovered around 1828 and have been part of the horticultural hobby since. And they're actually named after a Mexican botanist artist, Echeveria, or Echeveria, or Echeveria, whichever way you prefer to pronounce them. I've always pronounced them Echeverias, but I've heard many people pronounce them as Echeverias. But I like Echeveria better. Just a strong name. And there are about 150 different species of these guys, including the hybrids. Now, this is a molded wax. This is actually my second molded wax. I had one previously, and that one had pest when I got it, and it unfortunately died. Yeah. And the pot is just a regular plastic pot, 4-inch plastic pot that you can find at Sobeys. And this guy, I've only had him for just a few months. I got him back this spring. This guy I've had for about 1.5 years. And, oh yes, and the molded wax, I got him from a local co-op. And this guy, now, I'm not 100% sure if the name is correct. It was sold to me as this. Same with this one. But this one is an Echeveria gibifloria. Gorgeous. Trying to see if I can tilt it up so you can see the top. There you are. Beautiful. Yeah. This guy, I actually got him from Walmart, and I've owned him. It'll be 1 year in September since I've owned this one. And the pot, this pot is actually was given to me as a gift from a dear friend and co-worker of mine. She went to the UK for a wedding, and she brought, and I dog sat for her, and she brought me back this pot. It's well, the planter, not the pot, the pot. Pot is just a regular nursery pot, but it's a 3-inch planter with little legs on it. And this one I purchased from our local flower shop, L'Atelier Rio. And we were a little bit confused because there was a couple of names on the tag, and we weren't sure if it was just for all of them or for this one. Like Snowball Echeveria, Apis Echeveria. So it's been very difficult to figure out exactly what this one is. And when I first purchased it, it was just this. This here grew, and these are flowers. These are the flowers. I can get it to stay still. So you can see, probably not. I'll have to... Yeah, some of them are starting to shrivel up and die. My shaky self. Yeah, I'm just getting off work, so lifting some pans and working in the rain is no fun. Yeah. I don't think it'll make seeds, because I don't... Doing too much at once. And I just broke it. Too much at once. Ah, I'm trying too hard here. Well, I believe it was going to break anyways, because everything is starting to shrivel. Oh. Okay. Too much at once. But when this thing first started making flowers, before it made this V here, it actually was a heart shape. And I'll insert that picture here. And it was heart shaped before it went into the lowrider handlebars, and before I broke it. I have a bad habit of breaking things. Sorry. But the care for these three guys is somewhat similar. Like for an example, this guy, the Apis, and my molded wax, I'll water them about once a week in these 4-inch pots. The Gibbophilora, however, he's a little more drought tolerant. He can go, I might only need to water him every 2 weeks. So, and when it comes to fertilizer, once a month. These two can handle the all-purpose and the succulent plant food. The molded wax, he can handle the all-purpose, but I also found out during my research of it, he can handle the all-around garden food, which I found kind of odd because, well, it would make sense because I think the molded wax is actually related to the agave plant a bit, because its scientific name is Echeveria agave, or it sounds like agave, but yeah, don't need to mist them. Misting will kill them. Do not clean these guys here. Like, they have like a protective layer of like that powder on them. That's actually to protect them from getting sunburned. Yeah, so you don't need to clean them at all. Maybe dust them a tiny little bit with a light brush. Like, don't go hard. Now, when it comes to lighting, these two need full sun. This one can handle a little bit of shade. He's fairly good. And when it comes to ideal temperatures, these two can handle between 10 to 30 degrees Celsius. And so about a zone 9A. And so they can only go outside between June to September. This guy, however, he can handle as high as 35 degrees Celsius. So 10 to 35 degrees Celsius. And when I looked it up, he's a zone 9B. But he can still go up between June and September. You can repot them every year. I've yet to repot any of them, except for the Gibbophilora. He was the only one that I've repotted since I got them. Everybody else is still in their original pot and original soil, except for him. And I think I put him in, I think that's the seed starting mix. Yeah. But they can also handle the cactus and succulent soil. Now when it comes to pests, mealybugs and aphids are some of their top predators, and also thrisp. I've never dealt with mealybugs or aphids when it comes to these aphids on other plants, but not aphids on my Echeverias. But thrisp, deadly nightmares, horrid creatures, every plant parent's devil. But so far so good. These guys have not been affected, and I'm perfectly happy with that. Now, when I look it up, the molded wax can get up to about 2 inches to 16 inches. Yes, 2 inches to 16 inches, and then it was 5 centimeters to 40 centimeters for height, and then the width was 2 inches 5 centimeters, but only 8 inches wide, which 20 centimeters wide. The Gibbophloria, I couldn't really find like how big they can get or what their maximum sizes are and whatnot, but he is about 3 inches tall for the amount of time I've had him. And this guy here, like, apparent, all I could find was they can only get 3 inches tall, and I know he's about 4 inches tall, like from like the main flower. Maybe he's 8 with that one, and it's a good 30 inches with the spike before I broke it. Yeah, but no, wonderful plants. They are definitely recommended for first-time owners because they're pretty cheap. This guy, I think I paid $2 for. He was, I think, $7, and this guy was $14. So, fairly cheap. If they die, they die. You can always replace them. They're not super hard to find. Well, the regular ones. I'm not sure. I didn't quite look up to see if there was any like rare Echeverias, but they are quite popular. Like some of the issues that you might run into with them is like a rotting base. That's overwatering. Spindly stems, spindly leaves. That's lack of light. Shriveled up leaves is lack of water. I can't really think of anything else right at the moment, because these guys are fairly hardy. They're in my, I'm currently in my bedroom because like that's the window that they're in. I figured I'd just set up my camera here because I'm getting off work. I still have tons of things I gotta do, and yeah, I figured I got no kids home, just getting off work, not tired, not exhausted quite yet, just wet, and thought, oh, now would be the perfect time to make a video, until I broke some of my plant. But yeah, nope. They are dandy plants, highly recommend them. Don't break them like I do. And yeah, if you have any more questions on certain care on these guys, I will try to answer them to the best of my abilities. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like this video, you can give me a thumbs down. Everybody has a right to their opinion. But if you really like the video, subscribe. And as always, I'm still breaking leaves with my face. Live long, plant on.